And my daughter again, so, I said, "Hun, do you need me to pick you up anything? Do you want to stop at the grocery store and get you stuff so that we guys have food or whatever, while you're all hanging out?" She didn't want anything. Nothing. She didn't want alcohol. She didn't want money. She didn't want food. She didn't want anything. She wanted to go hang out with a couple people that she knows in this whole entire fucked up universe that make her smile and don't judge her and just leave her alone and let her be. And yet my ex-wife is sitting there raging, going, she's got all... If my daughter has been at my house for over a week, if I didn't go and talk, you wouldn't even know she's there. She's quiet as a church mouse. Guys, quiet as a church mouse. You wouldn't even know she was there. But you wouldn't know that. You speak to my ex-wife, and you would think she was the devil's daughter. It's terrible, man, because she wants her slave back. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys think, "Oh, Richard, this isn't a big deal. Just take your life and just deal with it." Well, that's what I've done. But what happened was, now my kids are dealing with it. My kids have been dealing with it their whole lives, and I didn't realize it. So with this unhealed trauma, this fucking generational trauma, this abuse that is taken, if it is not dealt with, it is passed down. It becomes generational. It gets passed down, and the abuse, even with no contact, it still continues through family members, through passive aggressive shit, whatever. It still continues. This is bad, guys. My ex-wife is talking shit about my daughter. My daughter's like a little church mouse. The only reason my ex-wife talks shit about her is because she isn't being a big enough babysitter, because she isn't doing enough chores, because she isn't cooking enough dinner, because she isn't cleaning enough house, because she isn't changing enough diapers. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what my mom did to me. I was remembering me and my mom flew out to Seattle, Washington to get a car, my grandmother's used vehicle. My grandmother bought another car, and we flew out to Seattle, Washington. We're from Virginia. And me and my mom drove the car back here. And I'm saying that, I spent a day 2 days, whatever it was, in Seattle with my mom and my grandma. And, so I was able to go out and be around people, and I guess people thought, everything's fine, nothing to see here. Guys, you can't tell when a child's being abused as an adult. Man, you can't tell when an adult is off the hinges. This abuse goes on and on and on, and it happens. And for you guys to sit there and be saying this is an inconvenience to hear is absolutely disgusting, and a testament to the cognitive dissonance that you all suffer from. The fact that you are plugged in and downloaded to the system, that people around you, your family, your friends, can suffer like this. Can suffer, and you can be a part of it by covering it up and not wanting to hear it, and not wanting to deal with it, not playing your part in actually listening and being there, So just think about that, guys. It's so easy. This abuse passes down so easy. But my daughter's resolve to stay and heal is stronger. I'm picking her up. She wants to come back to the house, she said, for another week. So, the way I see it, I don't know. I'm not pushing her with this healing. I'm not pushing her with anything. I'm just allowing her to be. I'm allowing her to be without any kind of interference. The very little interference I give her throughout the day is what would you like to eat? Is there anything you need? Is there something you would like to do? You know what I mean? It's a very minimal amount of interference. So that way she can figure things out. So that way she has peace and quiet to heal. I don't have screaming babies that she's taking care of at 18 years old. I don't have a house that I need her to clean. I don't have other things. I mean, it's crazy. That's crazy that And it's crazy that you guys think this is okay. That's crazy. I'm calling it all out. If you're doing it, it's wrong. It's nasty. It's disgusting. It needs to stop. It's abuse. You brought another life into this world to abuse it, to mold it into what you want. And you're not even happy with yourself. You have more issues than you can shake a stick at, and you know it. And you willfully keep bringing children into this world. What are you guys doing? Stop. Stop. Start having these conversations that matter. Start talking about this shit. Start talking about death. Start talking about suicide. Start talking about why we're here, where we came from. And not in a sense of turning on some stupid program on Netflix about where we came from. Like, where you think, like, if you didn't have all this shit, if you weren't indoctrinated and put on this program of thinking of what we're doing here, if you were just born and like, what am I doing here? That, like, just looking around you. You know what I mean? Not from the influence of, well, you live on this globe that's spinning 5 million miles an hour and it's moving in coordination with all these other things that are spinning millions of miles an hour, and it's all just flying through, hurtling through space. I mean, it's ridiculous, guys, the shit they got you believing, but yet you won't believe your own family and friends when they tell you about abuse. It's amazing. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's done like this for a reason, guys. You're on the program. If you fall on one side of this, somewhere along the sides of this, and you just got to think: are you on the program? Are you thinking for yourself? Are you thinking critically? You know, are you doing harm? Are you constantly enforcing what you want out there? You know, and I don't know, if you are healed, then you would have to, like my younger son is constantly, like, he does not take it easy at this school. Like, he's constantly enforcing and imposing his own thoughts and ideas and questions on these teachers and on the administration. And I tell him, I'm like, Aiden, you know, I mean, because the thing is, you're playing in their system. And he's like, yeah, but I'm stuck in their system. So what am I going to do? Just shut the fuck up. They can't make me shut the fuck up. And I'm like, well, that's true. So, you know, I mean, I'm trying to hold my little son back. And he's like, Dad, are you sure you want to do this? And I'm like, nope, certainly don't. Go for it, bud. Do what you got to do to make sure. But at the same time, I try to teach him, you know, humility and humbleness, and, you know, that this is a power. Having this knowledge and this understanding is a power. And he's seeing it because he utilizes it with adults constantly. Constantly. He comes back and tells me he can't believe the power that he has over adults. That's my 13-year-old son, soon to be 14 in a few days. He's been telling me that for the past 6 months. Year, maybe. He's been going to school and utilizing these things that I teach him, that he watches me and learns from me, and then he utilizes them in, in his life. Because I always tell him, everything I tell him, I'm like, look, dude, everybody you know is fucking lying to you or giving you their own fucking truth from their own fucking perspective. So just take it for what it is. Here's mine. I'm your father. I actually love and care about you. You know, I don't want to see any harm done to you, and I would stand in front of a bullet right this second for him. So he understands that. So what he does is he takes what I say and he puts it to use, and he tries it out in his school. And he tries it out in his, you know, because he does athletics, he's very social. And so he utilizes these things, these free things that his school won't teach, these empowering things that are free, that are nothing but empowering and freeing. And your school isn't, your parents aren't teaching you. Nobody's teaching you. Everybody's afraid because everybody has their own shit. They're like, you can't talk about that because you do bad things too. I don't give a fuck. Talk about my bad shit. I'm talking about my bad shit. I've never covered up my bad shit. I've always left my bad shit right out there for everybody to see. There it is. I've never had a problem with it. And if that's the only thing keeping people from speaking, then here it is. This is how easy it is to heal, guys. And like I was saying in my last video, you can make your own YouTube page, and you can watch yourself, and what it does is it frees you. You try it. Try it. Don't even make a YouTube, just make your own videos on your phone and then rewatch them and see what happens to you. Like, make some videos, record yourself talking about some deep, dark shit that nobody else has ever listened to you or blown off, or do it. Talk to your inner child, see what the fuck happens. It's that simple. I'm not telling you to go spend money. I'm not telling you have to go work harder to do anything. I'm telling you, take a day off work. Stay at home when you're all by yourself. Lock yourself in your closet if you want. Lock yourself in wherever you feel safe in your house. Somewhere in a small spot, under the covers, whatever. It's so simple. It's the easiest thing. Be naked. I like being naked. Be naked or be in pajamas, Be in something comfy. Whatever you're comfortable with. It's that simple, guys. You don't have to, there's no expectations. And you will immediately start empowering yourself. If you're dealing with empowerment issues, you will immediately start to empower yourself. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. Try it. Try it. And while you're at it, like I said, try turning off all your fucking tech. Get away from all your technology. Turn it off for 2 weeks. See what happens. You don't think you're addicted? You want to judge everybody else? You're addicted. You're addicted to technology. You're addicted to your phones. But it's that simple, guys. Your healing is that simple.